I don't. That was cool. It looks so much richer, darker than, I think it was like all bright orange in the original. Ooh. This is so much better. Much better.
Much better.
I got the wind knocked out of me. Need a few seconds, that's all.
Oh no. Oh my goodness, what's happening? Is he doing his thing with the multiverse? Oh my goodness! Oh my god! Oh my god, what's happening? Come on! He's doing it! I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing it! This is like a huge catalyst for his movie. How could they get rid of this? God, this is so much more epic than how they did it originally. Ooh, cut his head off! Yes, cut his head off! Send him home with no head. What's good, Miley? What's good?
Miley, what's good?
Ooh, does that mean she has to go back and finally see them again? He's so smiley. He's literally the happiest superhero ever. Goodness, it's the future. Ooh.
How much further?
Oh, her too?
We can't be.
Let him
Oh, he teamed up with him too.
cut his heart for what he did, Arthur. I want to make him pay.
Arthur's Aquaman's dead.
Au contraire, my little fish stick.
Aquaman, little fish stick.
Exactly what it's like to lose someone he loves.
Oh no.
You know, like an adopted son.
Ooh. Bitch, watch your mouth.
That smelly old flounder is right. Because how many
Smelly
times
old
have
flounder.
you run them to death? Who's gonna give you a reach around? You need me.
Reach around. Letting who die?
Poor Lois.
Oh, Lois.
So,
Oh, she's the key.
like, why you sent a boy wonder to do a man's job?
And, oop.
People who died might make the mistake. I will fucking kill you. And I do it slow. I'm an honor, that promise.
The library is open. Oh, he's so creepy. He's so good.
You're good.
Oh, you're good. Oh, there he is. Oh, this guy. Martian Manhunter. Well, there we go. 4 hours of my life. And I have now seen the infamous Snyder Cut. It had so much grandness. It had so much more style. I will say that you could maybe cut out maybe like half or 3/4 of the slow motion moments and you'd have maybe a 3-hour movie. But other than that, I really, really enjoyed it more than the original cut. My first question that you have to ask is, how did the studio allow Josh Whedon to neuter this movie so much so that something that I felt was quite emotional became something so bland?
What was it like? Coming back?
Itchy.
As well, I don't understand how they let the edit out of Darkseid from being this Thanos kind of character, that this is what we're leading to just have this Steppenwolf character who in the original cut just did not bring any gravity, high stakes. I had heard about Darkseid and knew of it, and that's why I was expecting Justice League when I first heard about it. Oh, who's going to be the big bad guy? And it said Steppenwolf. I didn't even know what that meant. I didn't even know who that is. I still don't even know who that is, and I've seen the movie. This version of the movie, I understand the character more. I liked it as a person or creature who's trying to redeem themselves to their people, to their ruler. The character design was so much cooler with all the metallic spikes and how interesting it went from looking almost golden sometimes to silver and iridescent. It was just very cool, but I just don't know why in the original cut all of the mentions of Darkseid were completely removed, and any of the footage of Darkseid, I don't know if that was intended or if it was never there to begin with, but that was just bad. That was bad. The other thing that surprised me was that they showed the kind of multiverse going back in time thing that is going to lead into Flash's movie, which is going to bring back all of these Batmans. This is a catalyst. This version is a catalyst for something grander. What they originally did is not a catalyst for anything. It didn't lead to anything originally. Now this laid groundwork for Flash. It laid groundwork for potentially a prequel for Wonder Woman where the Amazonians and the Atlanteans fight. That would be interesting. And after I finished watching it, I did have a quick look at Rotten Tomatoes, and it's very surprising the discrepancy between the two versions. The Josh Whedon version had a 40% critic rating and a 71% audience rating, which is not good at all. But surprisingly, the Snyder version had a 74% critic rating and a 97% audience. 97%! That's insane. I have to personally agree as well. It was just brilliant. The story made much more sense. There seemed to be higher stakes, even though I had already seen the original version. But, for example, the scene with the Amazonians fighting to keep the box away from Steppenwolf, it felt more suspenseful because of the music that they were using. I think it also had to do with the beautiful, beautiful cinematography shots of Lois Lane getting coffee, the rain slowly coming onto her umbrella, things like that, where it's ensconcing you in an environment where you're expecting higher brow film. Maybe it's not even better, but it just felt better. But the story was more cohesive because there was so much more breathing room with the time that they were given. I still feel that there was maybe an hour too much. I think it could have been like Endgame with 3 hours, and you could have had a very strong, cohesive story and been able to explore everything that you wanted to explore. But there were so many more interesting things that were put in there. Like, for example, when Diana was telling Bruce Wayne about the history of the boxes and the history of Darkseid and that. Amazing. Again, story. It was just more story. You got to see more. I don't remember really seeing that in the first. The time taken, for example, to bring back Superman, and then even the time once he came back that he was finding his bearings and talking with his mother, Lois Lane, going onto the ship, seeing the suits. It gives you more time to connect with a character in terms of enhancing the story, because then you're invested in the story. And it's not just, boom, he shows up where all the troubles are. And to be honest, I can understand why they cut it down so tremendously, because they assume there's so many superficial and basic audience members that can't handle an extended period of time watching a film and need it quick. But people surprise filmmakers and studios enough to realize that if you make something good, it doesn't matter if it's a little long. It just matters if it's good. In terms of timelessness, I think everybody will remember this. I think actually for the sheer volume of people to make this actually happen, and for it to be so appreciated at 97% a day out, I think the call to action will potentially change the trajectory of where DC might be taking it and the stress that people might be having. I know that there was some articles where someone said that it ends on a cliffhanger, but that nothing's going to happen of that. But the thing is, this is a fan-created project. Fans, celebrity fans, everybody asked for it, and it wouldn't have happened if a lot of people hadn't asked for it. And I think if a lot of people ask for more of this, or enhancement of this story, an extension of this story, it will happen. But it seems to be that within this Flash movie, we're going to get some kind of multiverse connection where everything can exist and coexist together. So in terms of timelessness, I think everybody's going to go and watch this version of this movie. I think the other one will slowly die out. Nobody will remember it. Everybody will remember this as a very considerably well done comic book movie. And I don't know how you can get more timeless than that. Comic book movies never die. I mean, look at the Superman movies. People still talk about the Christopher Reeve movies. They're bringing the Michael Keaton Batman back after how many years? So it will be timeless. So I don't know much more else to say about the movie other than I really enjoyed it. It was a little long, a little tired.
Wait a minute! I almost forgot.
I forgot to mention at the nightmare part, I really enjoyed. I liked the use of Joker. I think it was very fair to give Jared Leto a moment to actually shine as Joker. And the dialogue for Joker was wild and fun. It was needed. It was good. And I would like to see that movie of that team trying to take on Superman. So it hasn't really been hell here, but I'll catch you later.